One such piece is the 1985 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a humble penny that carries over a century of American heritage in its design and symbolism. The Lincoln penny has a long and meaningful story that begins far before 1985. First introduced in 1909, this coin marked a major turning point in American currency. It was the first time a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, was featured on a regular circulating U.S. coin. Before that, American coins typically displayed symbolic figures like Lady Liberty. The decision to honor Lincoln came during the 100th anniversary of his birth, recognizing his role in preserving the Union and ending slavery. Fast forward to 1985, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong, though it had already undergone several changes over the decades. By this time, the coin featured the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that had been in use since 1959. This image was especially meaningful because, if you look closely, you can even see a tiny depiction of Lincoln's statue inside the memorial, making him one of the few historical figures to appear on both sides of a coin. The 1985 penny was produced during a period of transition in U.S. coin composition. Earlier pennies, especially those minted before 1982, were made mostly of copper. However, due to rising metal costs, the U.S. Mint switched to a new composition in 1982. From that point onward, pennies were made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating. This means that although the 1985 penny looks like a copper coin, it is technically a copper-plated zinc coin. This change made the coin lighter and cheaper to produce, reflecting the economic realities of the time. In 1985, billions of pennies were minted across different facilities in the United States. Coins were struck in Philadelphia and Denver for everyday circulation, while a smaller number of proof coins were produced in San Francisco for collectors. Because of this high production volume, the 1985 penny is extremely common today. You can still find it in pocket change jars or old collections without much effort. Despite its common nature, the 1985 Lincoln penny still holds value, not always in money but in meaning. It represents a connection to everyday American life in the 1980s. It passed to the hands of millions of people, used in daily transactions, saved in piggy banks, or dropped into vending machines. Each coin carries a silent story of where it has been and who has used it. For collectors, the 1985 penny offers a different kind of appeal. While most examples are only worth their face value, coins in excellent condition, especially those that have never been circulated, can be worth more. Collectors often look for coins with strong, sharp strike, bright luster, and no visible damage. These high-quality coins are graded and preserved carefully, sometimes becoming part of larger collections that document the history of U.S. currency. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is the search for errors. Occasionally, mistakes occur during the minting process. These can include off-center strikes, double letters, or unusual markings. While rare, such errors can significantly increase a coin's value. For some collectors, the thrill lies in searching through ordinary coins in hopes of discovering one of these hidden treasures. The 1985 penny also reflects broader themes in American history. It shows how even the smallest denomination of currency adapts to economic pressures. The shift from solid copper to copper-plated zinc is a reminder that even something as simple as a penny is influenced by global metal prices and production costs. It is a small but powerful example of how economics shapes everyday life. Beyond its physical characteristics, the coin also carries symbolic importance. Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most respected figures in American history. His image on the penny serves as a daily reminder of values like unity, perseverance, and equality. Even in 1985, more than a century after his presidency, Lincoln's legacy continued to be honored in the simplest transactions. In today's world, where digital payments and cashless transactions are becoming more common, the penny itself is sometimes questioned. Some argue that it costs more to produce than it is worth, while others believe it still has cultural and historical significance. The 1985 penny sits right in the middle of this conversation, a modern coin by historical standards, yet already part of a fading era of everyday cash use. For a YouTube audience, the beauty of a 1985 Lincoln penny lies in its relatability. Almost everyone has seen or held a penny at some point. It is not locked away in a museum or owned only by wealthy collectors. It is a piece of history that belongs to everyone. That accessibility makes it a perfect subject for storytelling, connecting viewers to history in a simple and engaging way. So the next time you come across a 1985 Lincoln penny, take a moment to look at it more closely. Notice the details, the design, and the story it carries. What may seem like just one cent is actually a small piece of a much larger narrative, one that spans generations, reflects economic change, and honors one of the most important figures in American history. In the end, the value of a 1985 penny is not just measured in cents or dollars. Its true worth lies in the history it represents and the stories it silently holds. Sometimes, the most ordinary objects turn out to be the most meaningful, and the 1985 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of that.